fireworks mortar, which then blew a hole in the ceiling of his own apartment.
Coming up, the man accused of setting off an explosion at a Pullman apartment complex faced a judge today. The latest developments out of the courtroom. And new changes coming to Spokane's citywide camping ban law. Why city leaders say it's not working and what they plan to do about it.
We're talking a sunny and warm few days ahead, but a big change just in time for the weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. 3 months after Spokane adopted a citywide camping ban, city leaders say it's not working. The law had been criticized for not being harsh enough, allowing people who are unhoused to stay on the streets and on drugs. KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy is live downtown tonight to explain what changes are now on the way. Shannon?
Mark, Spokane's police chief says his officers are arresting people, especially here in downtown, for public drug use and trespassing. But when it comes to enforcing that camping ban, that's a different story.
We recognize that some of the things that we've tried in the past just aren't working.
It's back to the drawing board for Spokane's anti-camping ordinance. Passed in July, it focuses on outreach over citations, giving the unhoused a warning before officers can arrest or clean up an encampment. Chief Kevin Hall says his officers have given 0 citations for camping, but also have had 0 success connecting unhoused campers to services as hoped. Now the city plans to amend the law to give officers more discretion on using arrests to leverage compliance.
Will be a tool that they can use to leverage folks to get to this facility, to re-engage with their caseworkers, to get hooked up with services, medical triage, and hopefully allow them to get on the path to recovery.
One of the places officers can divert people to is the Cannon Street Navigation Center, now operating daytime only hours under Mayor Lisa Brown's homelessness plan.
Jail is one option, it's not the solution.
And Hall says the city will need to look at all its options, which is why SPD compiled a list of chronic offenders who use the most resources, like police and behavioral health.
So we've worked with our partners at the jail to get 10 dedicated jail beds so that these folks, all of whom have charges, I've seen the list, they will go to jail.
Chief Hall says they've also coordinated with the county court system, so judges won't release these repeat offenders until they're stabilized. These high utilizers will also receive services during and after incarceration. Spokane City Council will have to approve any changes to the ordinance. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. And happening later this evening, Together Spokane hosting a town hall here on the South Hill. Spokane Public Schools is trying to pass a bond, and the Parks Department is hoping to pass a levy this November, focusing on expanding opportunities for families, enhancing park security, and modernizing local schools. Residents from South Spokane and District 2 are invited to that town hall meeting tonight. It's at Ferris High School. It starts at 6 p.m. tonight and goes until 7. And I sat down with the head of Spokane Public Schools to break down what Together Spokane means for you. You can watch my full interview with him on KREM 2 Plus starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Just download KREM 2 Plus on your TV and watch for free. All right, let's switch gears and talk weather on this Tuesday with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goo. Jeremy, I believe you said we hit 70 degrees again today, which, my goodness, pretty good for this point in October.
Yeah, I mean, to put it all in perspective, our average high is supposed to be in the low 60s, and our record high temperatures are closer to 80 degrees right now than anything else. So 70s is quite warm, and we are still there even this late in the day. By the way, sunset is just over an hour away, so it is that late in the day. 70 over in Coeur d'Alene and looking close to it down in Pullman and central Washington as well. It's a little bit warmer than where we were this time yesterday, and we likely get warmer tomorrow. We'll eventually see a little more moisture. That's on Thursday, but most of that stays over in the Cascades, and we wind up missing out on a good chunk of it. I think Thursday winds up our warmest day this week, and then on Friday, we'll see that chance of rain make its way back into the forecast. I do think it winds up looking a little bit different than what forecast models suggest, but it's still a chance of rain nonetheless. 72 degrees tomorrow, By Thursday, 76. By Friday, 70, with that chance of rain making its way back.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. New tonight, a deadly crash between a car and a motorcycle close an intersection in North Spokane. Police say they saw a motorcycle earlier in the day that did not have a license plate showing. The motorcyclist, they say, did not stop for police, and they say they didn't pursue the rider. A short time later, it's believed he crashed into the back of a car and died. The area surrounding Nevada and St. Thomas More Way closed for the investigation. A firework, that's what new Whitman County court documents show, started the Pullman apartment explosion over the weekend. This afternoon, the man accused of starting that fire faced a judge for the first time. KREM 2's chief journalist Amanda Rowley sat in the courtroom for the hearing today.
Right now, Elijah Reagan is in Whitman County Jail facing arson and attempt to elude charges. Newly filed court documents detail what investigators found inside his Pullman apartment after the explosion. The Pullman arson suspect is back in Whitman County, facing a judge for the first time since his arrest in Nez Perce County over the weekend.
I'm trying to sacrifice me.
Pullman police believe Elijah Reagan is responsible for setting a fire to his Military Hill apartment by using a firework. Whitman County court documents say detectives recovered a T-handle style explosive detonator, the kind used for TNT, and what appeared to be a mortar tube from the suspect's apartment. Investigators say Reagan fired the mortar inside his unit, blowing a hole through the ceiling and sparking the fire. The explosion forced roughly 30 people to evacuate.
Your Honor, it's pure fortune, I think, at this point, that nobody else was injured in the apartment building.
Court documents say Reagan told his estranged wife he bombed his apartment and that she should leave town because bad people were after him. She told investigators Reagan gets paranoid when he uses meth. After the explosion, Reagan led law enforcement on a high-speed chase that ended just north of Lewiston. Court documents say deputies found Reagan armed with a rifle.
While he was stopped, he was smoking cigarettes, drank beer, and appeared to be smoking methamphetamine until the incident came to a stop.
Tonight, Reagan is being held in Whitman County Jail with a $250,000 bond. He'll be back in court on Friday to enter his plea. Reporting from the Whitman County Courthouse, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Coming up, the latest details regarding vandalism at the state's capital, what we know about the suspect and his connection to Spokane, and concerns about back pay for federal employees. They increase after President Trump considers not paying furloughed workers. The latest in national headlines coming up in just 9 minutes.